What are we going to be talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Today I'm talking about the ending of relationships, how I feel that they should. What's up, and welcome to Beauty Under Construction. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for coming. I hope you stay. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know, that does wonders. But if you've been around, if you already been around, y'all probably like, why I've been missing. Like, have I been missing though? Today, let's get into the nitty gritty. Like, I realize a lot of times we don't talk about it unless it's going on, unless you have to talk about it. And me, on the other hand, I have been out of a relationship, like any serious relationships, for a while. I've been focusing on me. I've been building myself up. And I've even thought about ways like I feel like situations should end, because I see that a lot of relationships end like in toxic ways, and that's what's promoted. And I just don't feel like that's how it should be. I feel like a relationship, not all relationships are meant to be forever, or they're not all meant to be. Yeah, exactly. They're not all meant to be forever. At the end of the day, what you have to realize in a relationship is that you learn something. You've learned something about yourself. You've learned something about relationships. Like, whether it was a good relationship, bad relationship, you have learned something. Like, given some relationships do have to end in a bad way because the relationship was that bad, and things like that, but some situations I feel like it doesn't need to end in raw. Like, a lot of times you have to realize, if and this is, you know what, this is probably very unpopular opinions that I'm saying, ways that I've just on the outside looking in, putting myself in, like, looking at the outside of even my own past relationships. I realized that I always think of ways that, now, if I've been through a certain a situation, like, how would I take these endings and make it better, than it was in the past. Because at the end of the day, no matter what relationship I'm in, I want to make sure that I'm elevating, like, I'm progressing still within myself. Like, I don't want to give so much of myself in a relationship that if this relationship does end, that I feel like I can't go on. Like, I never want to feel like that. That's very unhealthy to me. I feel like a relationship should be two separate foundations, that was like, two separate sturdy foundations, I should say, that want to build on top of that together. You know what I'm saying? So that at the end of the day, if what you guys built together falls down, there's still two good foundations that you can continue on with your life. I feel like that's a healthy relationship. Not I don't feel like, yeah, you are supposed to, like, be able to support one another and things like that, but I don't feel like you should put all of your weight onto someone else. I don't feel like that is what a relationship should be, and I feel like a lot of people in relationships feel like that now. There's different types of relationships, right? So we're talking about regular relationships. We're not talking about marriage, because marriage is a different level I have no idea about. So I would never talk about my opinion on something that I haven't experienced in my own, because I feel like I can just hear other people's experience, and everybody's experience is individual to them. So if I'm going to speak on something, I'm going to speak on something I've been through, so that I can speak from my experience and then be able to gather other people's experience, so that I have a better understanding of the situation, because I can't give my opinion about something I have no idea about. It's like that would be the equivalent to, this is so off topic, I'm sorry, but that would be the equivalent to, like, men having control over what women do with their body, or even women having control over what men do with their body. It would be the equivalent to that. It just that makes no sense. I can't speak on what a man goes through in his life as a man because I am not a man. like and a man shouldn't be able to speak on what a woman goes through, how it should be handled or anything like that either because they are not a woman. Now if you've done your sex change and stuff like that, that is also, we have to understand, that is also a different level. Like, I don't feel like, and this might be a terrible opinion, I don't feel like transgender men or transgender women should be able to definitively speak on things that only cisgender women and cisgender men go through. Like I'm talking about body changes. And the same, cisgender men and women can never experience the same experience that transgender men and women go through. It's a whole cycle. Like every like everyone who has these certain experiences personally deserves their own like voice. And then each individual in these same situations deserve their own voice. That's how I personally feel. So now, getting back to the topic, um, back to relationships and the ending of relationships. I've been out of relationships for a little while now. I've been in relationships, serious, not serious, and that if I do end a relationship, I if not I, but if a relationship is ending, if there is a coming to the end of a relationship, I don't feel like it should be in arguments. I don't feel like it should ever be in vain because at the end of the day, if somebody cheated, someone did you wrong, you did someone wrong, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, to be upset or like even if two people just want to be apart or like one person just doesn't want to be in the relationship, at the end of the day, if you cared for the person, loved the person, liked the person, whatever feelings you had towards the person, you shouldn't be upset. Because at the end of the day, this is one step closer for them and for you. If you felt like everything was great in the relationship, then now you know what you're looking for. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't want to stick into you. It would be worse for it to not have ended and y'all to stick together knowing that it's not, it has grown apart. Like sometimes, yes, you need a big branch, a nice strong branch for other branches to branch off. You know what I mean? And it's the things that you've learned. It was about the journey, not the ending. It's about the journey, the things that you learned, how you've grown. And if you have not grown from the relationship at all, if you haven't learned anything from the relationship at all, then the relationship was meant to end. And I feel like this also with friendships, relationships with families, relationships with anybody. Honestly, if it was true at any point, the point where it's supposed to end, where someone feels like it needs to end, where it needs to end, it shouldn't be in anger. It should be in like you have to also just like you're upset, just like all the bad things that happened for you to have stuck in it or even for you to have been through it, you're going to grow through what you go through. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like life gives you situations. Like life throws things at you. The only thing you can control is how you react to it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, there is good and there's bad. A lot of times people like get stuck in that, but like yes, you have to accept your emotions, all of them, but a lot of times people get too stuck into the negative parts of it that they don't take away the good parts. They let it stop them. They use it as an excuse instead of motivation. If you if you love someone and then after that it came to an end or anything like that, you now shouldn't like be you shouldn't feel like, oh my god, it's over. It should just be like, wow, like that's an amazing feeling. Like some people don't ever have that feeling. Some people like never got to experience that. So it should just be a great takeaway. And then you should still be optimistic, like, okay, that wasn't meant for me, but that was a step. You know what I'm saying? It's like walking up the steps and just after that and just looking and being like, dang, I don't want to go up these steps no more. It doesn't make any sense. Like at the top of the steps, it could be like everything. Don't you want to see the world from the top? All these things that you go through in life, every time that you use it as motivation and every time that you don't let it take you down, that means you're walking up the steps. Anytime where something has torn you down, you're going down the steps. And I'm not saying that being down the steps is horrible. A lot of people learn a lot of things at the bottom of the steps. But the point is, you don't want to get stuck at the bottom of the steps. You want to go. Every step is a new door. Every step is a you choose how you react to things. You choose. That's the only thing that you have control over is your reaction to things. And if you let your reactions get you stuck somewhere, then at some point over time you'll have to take accountability. And it's so hard. So the best way, like I was saying, back to what I was saying, the best way to end relationships um is to know that you've taken something from it. Or if you didn't take anything from it, then know that that was a block. That was a stop. And that's not what we're trying to do either. So to say that you didn't learn anything from it, to say that you won't make different steps to do better or get better, or to say that you haven't gotten something that really, done something for you, that wasn't a relationship for you. No relationship without progress, learning, enlightenment is, it makes no sense. Because at the end of the day, we gotta be real. We gotta be real. This is the life that we live in. It's a type of trade off type of life. Everybody you meet has some type of purpose to you, and same thing, you might not realize what it is, but there is life lessons in every meeting, greeting. And if you really pay attention to the world around you, you will realize that the world is guiding you to your ending, the world is guiding you to your goal, your achievements, your personal legend. The world is guiding you towards your personal legends. And that's in relationships, that's in jobs, that's in everything. So everything that you get, you take these life lessons and you don't have to just apply them to other regular relationships. You can apply them to other aspects of your life. You learn every day. That's the beauty. You there's no way you can learn all the lessons that there is to learn in a human lifetime. There is no possible way. So all you can do is learn and take that knowledge with you where it needs to be placed. So, long story short, this is a lot of but probably, but it really was on my heart to say it today because I just like really felt like I needed to be like, this toxic relationship trend ain't it. And people are thinking that it's everything, and that is not it. Like, it's not. It's okay for a relationship to end before it becomes toxic. And it's definitely okay for a relationship to end if it is toxic. That, and I feel maybe I've seen that now because I have been out of a relationship for a little bit, and I really have time to just look at I just look at social media and all of this stuff, and I'm like, we don't see that this is crazy. Like, we don't, like, this is not wild. Like, now this is the norm. No, I refuse. Listen, you you get into a relationship that elevates you. If it ain't elevating you, then what are you doing in a relationship? Any relationship, job relationship, like family relationship, love relationship, any type of relationship you can think about. There needs to be, both of you need to be elevating each other. It is what it is. That's life. Both of you, or experiencing things together and learning things. You're still learning. You guys need to continue to be progressing. At the end of the relationship, if it does come to an end, you need to be able to take something away from it. Every 6 months, every year, y'all need to, I'm not saying y'all need to, but like, just think, like, what have you gained and what have you gave, and like, what have you learned together in the relationship. And the point where it comes to nothing, then maybe it's not meant to be. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Achieve your personal legends in every aspect. But anyways, no, I was gonna end it like that. That should, oh, that would have been cute. Maybe I will. We'll think about it, but just in case I don't. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm so happy that you've been watching Beauty Under Construction for this long. Whether it's just to the end of this video, whether it was a couple of videos. I love you. You the realest. You the realest one on my team. And you know, earlier I didn't do Beauty Under Construction 3 times. I'm trying to get better. So I'm going to do it 2 more times right now. Beauty Under Construction. Beauty Under Construction. Shatter, shatter, shatter. Is the shatter too much? Maybe it should be, or maybe it should be like, we'll see.